Hey everybody, hope you guys doing all right. So, I just want to, I'm feeling much better. Yeah, and so I want to talk about love and like my one relationship, like the real relation, the only real boyfriend girlfriend type relationship I was ever in. It lasted for 6 months, and it went really well. It's interesting though, because like about halfway in between, like she came to me and was like, "Oh, I want to marry you and spend the rest of my life with you," and all this and that. And at the time, I wasn't even thinking that. There's actually parts in our relationship where I had the desire to want to like go off into the mountains and do all this crazy like working out and soldering and just like develop up my own little like movement and like just get more into the fantasy type realm of doing things and really just like play out my desire to be a warrior and do all that type of shit. And this is a time when I just like I was like 19 years old, so I'd done watched all the good movies already, pretty much like all the classics like Braveheart, Gladiator, Zor, like just all those good war movies that a lot of us grew up in that were part of my generation, and so they had a huge, profound effect on me. And so like I've always had that desire to go out there and to like live those roles, those characters, to be that. It's as soon as I realized. I remember in school, it was kind of like a sad day, in school when I realized that movies weren't real. Like as a child, I remember like watching these movies and I didn't know if they were real or not. I just assumed that they were real, because I think part of that's because I just, I wasn't told how this reality really works. And I've also got a very believable, gullible personality. So I believe things when I see them. So it's like I'm watching these movies and like I don't know that they're fake. They look really real. Like it looks like this shit's really happening. These people look like they're I mean they are breathing, they're doing these things. And so I just assumed that I was watching like real life type shit. But once I realized, I think I asked my mom or something, or it might have been somebody in school, and they're like, "No, that's not real. Those are just actors portraying a story that's written by a dude with cameras and all this and that." And I was like, "Wow." And then, because before that, I wanted to do what these dudes did on the screen. I wanted to essentially like be that, but I thought they were actually really doing. Once I found out they weren't actually doing these things, that's when I decided I wanted to be a soldier because that's really what I'm most highly drawn to. That and falling in love. But I mean, there's not a profession in falling in love. So the soldier, that would be the profession. And then in doing so, as a soldier, I find a woman to love. And that's what I always, cherish the most in my heart. I mean, I spent hours and hours and hours every day, like running around in, forts and just playing fucking imaginary warfare with myself and sometimes with my friends, but a lot of times with myself. So, anyways, it just got me to thinking like that one relationship I was in. Like, it's like I think it's important to look back on your past to see what mistakes you made so that you can help yourself not make those same mistakes again. And one thing that like so like yeah like the chick she was essentially like once we got together she became a little bit more like into me than I was really into her. Now mind you, this is like while this is going on I was in the midst of my really the beginning stages of my pill addiction, and so I was taking Oxycontin, stealing them from my mother. And so while being in this relationship with this female, I was also in a relationship with Oxycontin and getting fucking high. And it was still very new to me. It was very thrilling. I loved the shit out of it. And, and then a lot of the times, one of my things with Oxycontin or pills in general, getting fucked up, is one of my things I like to do is just watch movies, just sit back and watch movies. And I ended up doing a lot of that, and we would do a lot of that together. And at the time I didn't think it was that big of a deal, although there was one day in particular that I remember. We were at my house just chilling on the couch watching a movie and shit like that, and she was I think working on some art or something like that. And I just got really depressed, and I was like, man, like I got this girl I really like, I'm in good shape, I got a decent job, I got a nice truck, like there's all these good things, like materialistic, like from one perspective, I could see how somebody could look at my life and be like, yeah, you got a lot of good things going for you, but I was still immensely depressed inside. And, I didn't really know why either. But anyway, so I kept on doing the same fucking thing over and over again, taking pills, watching movies, having sex, going to work, fucking, driving the truck around, having fun with my friends when I could, and all those types of shit. But there was still this void in me. And it wasn't but a few months later that there's a lot of shit that happened I want to go into because we experimented with the open relationship thing, and so I know how that transpired. Maybe I'll make another video on that, but I really want to get at the fact that in that whole relationship, like she ended up leaving me, and it was painful, man. I remember crying and just like it kind of broke my heart. I mean, not kind of, it did, but She did it in a really sweet way. Like, you know, she took her time. Like, she sat in my truck and she was there for me while I was crying. And, you know, she was really cool about it. Like, she could have been a lot meaner, but no, she was really cool. She even, because we still work together, she even acknowledged how cool I handled it and shit. She was like, "Oh, you did a really good, you know, thanks for handling it so well," is what I remember her saying. And, but anyways, just on retrospect, to look back on the things that went wrong, it's like it was on me. Like, I stopped feeding the flower of love. I stopped trying to, you know, incorporate, and integrate is a better word. I like the word integrate better than incorporate. I stopped integrating other new activities and things for us to grow in as a couple. Like, I think that's imperative. Like, doing things together, like, you know, expressing your passions, finding your passions that you guys can both, you know, harmonize with and grow together in, I think is vital. And also just sharing the various passions that you have, like whatever she loves the most, you know, I want to learn about that. You know, I want to see what I can do in it, and fucking, you know, learn and hear from her, and you know, be there for her to be that, you know, audience for her, even if it's just me and her, you know. And I want to do that for her too. And then whatever type of skills and passions that we can do together, awesome, you know. So, you know, I know I've spent a lot of time watching movies lately, and I've talked about that a lot, and I just want, you know, to share with people that I do not want a relationship with somebody where I'm just spending the most of our free time just sitting watching movies on Netflix. No, I'm actually getting quite, at times, even though I still enjoy movies a lot, I find myself still completely enthralled in them. There's also many times when I find myself, like, you know, that's part of my suicidal tendencies at times, is because I feel like almost trapped in this cycle of just watching movies, which is essentially watching other people living out, picture, life. Like, movies are, you know, depictions of life, and I'm sitting here witnessing this from a voyeuristic standpoint, when in reality, I know I want to be out there and live that life, live those moments, have things that are, you know, worthwhile to share with people, and that can help bring inspiration and love, and, you know, just inspiration, whatever it may be, you know, from even from the bad moments to the good moments, just to live that, you know, instead of just sitting on my fucking bed watching other people do it. So, you know, I want to, you know, not to say that, you know, maybe a movie a night or a movie every week or something like that, you know, it would be all right with me. Whatever works out best for the harmony of the relationship, really, whatever it may be. But I do really want to learn and spend a lot more time and effort and energy into, like, really living life more and practicing more passions and singing and dancing and writing and being, you know, creating stuff, because that's where I really find the most sustenance, like real sustenance, that keeps me going, that helps me grow, that gives me something that I can look forward to in the day. Because I don't really look forward to movies. It's more like, oh, okay, whatever, there's nothing else going on, I'll fucking put on a flick and just see what the hell's going on. And then also with the drugs and type of this helps be put into the mind state to where I can, you know, sit there. And a lot of times when I'm watching these movies, I'm thinking about other shit too. So sometimes it's kind of like a meditative process, but I've spent a lot of time doing it. And I definitely know that, like, for my own health and well-being, and also for, like, success. Like, one thing my friend told me a while ago, he's like, yeah, dude, you're good at getting girls, but can you keep a woman, you know? And it was something he told me. I was like, damn, dude, you know, that's some serious shit he said. And it's like, he's right. And that's part of the reason, is because I have spent so much time just, like, being this, like, I mean, I love the stories, man. Just spending a lot of time just sitting here fucking watching movies or stories, or just, like, not engaging in life, not wanting to go out there and to live and to learn and to, you know, engage and talk and converse and to grow and to, you know, put myself in uncomfortable situations and da da da. Like, but I want to get better at that. I really do. So, and Portland's one of the best cities. I mean, I've been through a few major cities, and Portland, to me, at least for my particular type of, like, energy and stuff, especially during the summer, they're always doing shit. The cities, like, they always have all different types of festivals in different parts of the cities, and they block off streets, and people are just walking about. Like, there's a lot of opportunities to do some cool shit in the summer. Wintertime is a different story. That's why it's good to have a good relationship with reading and shit like that, because a lot of people spend time just sitting in their houses reading because it's so fucking wet and gray outside. But anyways, I just thought I'd share that with y'all, and to say that, you know, just to feed the flower of love, like, whatever type of relationship you're in, just the more that you put energy and effort into it growing, you know, the better it's going to grow, the better y'all going to be, the more love you guys are going to have together, the better the moments, the more good moments y'all are going to have. So anyways, that's just my thoughts. All right, love you guys. Y'all take care. Bye.